Hello, good morning students. Have a nice day. Today in the section C 4BA part second English literature paper second prose and fiction. I am going to teach you the important lesson. The title of the lesson is Summarising. As the name suggests, summarising is summary. Summary of a text, summary of a story, summary of any idea, summary of a book, etc. I am Dr. S.R.BHARGAVA, Associate Professor, Department of English. I will try to convince the students about the concept of summary, how summary is written and what is summary. A summary of the content is a piece of writing. It's absolutely right that it is the content of a piece of writing. Older people are taught to find the key facts and events in a text and write them in a shortened form in order to increase their comprehension technique. So, summarizing is a shortened form, is an short form of the larger piece of a text, and students are taught to find out the key facts and events in a text and write them in a certain form in order to increase their comprehension technique. So, first of all, I say that summary, the concept of summary should be understood very well. A summary is a brief recollection or account of the main point of a piece of writing, action or event. So, summary has the definition that it's a brief recollection or account of the main points of a piece of writing, action or event. It typically excludes needless details, remaining short and go to the point. The main points are to be discussed or written. It excludes the needless details. The students are advised to remove the extravagant or extra things, details in their summary. Only the original points or the points, concerned points should be discussed. There are a number of techniques to use for summarizing which can help children retain important part of a passage of text. Having this skill is ideal for assignment or examination preparation. This skill of writing shortened form prepares the students for assignment and examination. A summary begins with an introductory sentence that states the text's title. So, every summary starts with a suitable title, author and main point of the text as you see it. These are very important tips for writing summary. A summary is written in your own words. A summary contains only the ideas of the original text. Don't insert any of your own opinions, interpretations, deductions or comments into summary. So, summary is an original form of your own words. We are allowed only to note down the relevant things, the relevant concerning to the passage, not to introduce or insert our own opinions, interpretations, deductions or comments. And now the question arises, how to write a summary? Because the summary writing seems very simple, but it's not so. Proficient students understand that summarizing, identifying what is most important and restating the text or other media in your own words is an important tool for college success. So, summarizing is a very important thing for college students, as they have to restate the text in our own words. After all, if you really know a subject, you will be able to summarize it. If you cannot summarize a subject, even if you have memorized all the facts about it, if you cannot summarize a subject, even if you have memorized the facts, you can be absolutely sure that you have not learned it. If we want that we are not able to summarize anything, we have to be sure that we have learned them. And if you truly learn the subject, you will still be able to summarize if months or years from now. So if we have short form of a text written, it's a record, and we can take it, read it, revise it after several months or years. They understand if they can write a passage, write one or two sentence summary of each paragraph after reading it, then that's a good sign that they have correctly understood it. If they cannot summarize the main idea of the paragraph, they know that comprehension has broken down, and they need to use fix-up strategies to repair understanding. So, comprehension should be summarized. We have some format of writing summary. How we write? When writing summary, remember that it should be in the form of a paragraph. Summary should be always in the form of paragraph. A summary begins with an introductory sentence that states the text title, author and main points of the text as you see it. Okay. It's written in your own words. It contains only the ideas of the original text. We have talked this about identify in order to significant subclaims the author uses to defend the main point. Copy word for word 3 separate passages from the essay you think support and defend the main point of the essay. So we have to practice more than 2 or 3 paragraphs. Cite each passage by first signing the work and the author. Put quotation marks around the passage you choose, and put the number of the paragraph where the passage can be found immediately after the passage. So we have to use quotation mark around the passage and the number of the passage using source material from the essay. Source material is very important because it helps us to correlate the theme or connection of the passage. Because defending claims, that is, write a last sentence that wraps up your summary, often a simple rephrasing of the main point. So in the summary, the last sentence is very important because it should be written in the form to cover all the ideas, areas in a significant manner. And now we have an example of an unsummarized text. Unsummarized text in quotation in the form of double inverted commas. 500 years ago, the world was a very different place. European people had only just made contact with the Americans. England and Scotland were separate kingdoms, each with their own royal family. During this time, the Tudor family ruled England and Wales from 1485 to 1603. They encouraged new religious ideas, exploration, and colonization. There were 6 different monarchs during the 118 years of the Tudor reign. So it talks about the history of the Tudor family reigning over the throne of England. This is an example of the same text summarized. The Tudors reigned England and Wales from 1485 to 63. England and Scotland were different kingdoms. There were 6 different monarchs during the reign. So, summary can be written in the form of paragraph, not in a form of sentence. And now we have the purpose of summarizing. What is the purpose of summarizing? The purpose of summarizing allows the reader to digest small snippets of information. Every text, everything has a purpose. So the purpose of summary is allows the reader to digest small snippets of information in a simple structure so that they are able to understand the basics of the text without needing to reading it all. Its purpose is to allow the readers to digest small snippets of information in a simple structure. Every or all information should be covered in a simple sentence structure. Summarizing helps students to sort the important information from the irrelevant. Only the relevant things are used. If we have irrelevant things, irrelevant material, students are allowed to sort out them, to remove them the needless details. As a result, it can improve their memory for the topic. As a result, it can improve their memory for the topic and enforce positive habits during reading. So, avoiding irrelevant things improves the memory for the topic and encourages the positive habits during reading. There are many technique variations for summarizing information such as mind maps, bullet points, story retelling and writing frames. In the summarizing, we have different types of techniques in which we summarize information. There are mind maps, bullet points, story retelling and writing frames. In different types of categories, we have to frame the idea of summarizing. They are used to discern the who, what, where and when from a page. The relative things using question marks, using interrogative words, who, what, where and where. These enable the students to summarize the idea. And in the beginning of a summary, the important thing, as the writer says, that the title, the name of the author, should be written clearly on the top of the passage, paragraph, and its content should be relevant. Needless details should be avoided because it's a skill to improve the capability for examination or assignment. The writing process of summary enables the person to make a record for several months or years. It has a framework format in which the students are advised to remember that it should be in the form of a paragraph. Introductory sentence should be stating the title, author and main point. It should always be in your own words because it contains the original idea of the text. We are allowed not to insert any our own opinions, interpretations, deductions. Identify in order the significance of claims the author uses to defend the main point. So, main point should be defended by the writer. So, students, thanks for your nice cooperation and listened my lecture carefully. Thanks again.